Hello there everyone, welcome back to a brand new video. Today I am going to talk about Red Dwarf Season 2. So obviously 3 million years from Earth, the mining ship Red Dwarf, its crew Dave Lister, the last human being alive, Arnold Rimmer, a hologram of his dead bunkmate, and the creature who evolved from the ship's cat, obviously, are the characters that we follow in this series. Series 2 of Red Dwarf aired between September and October 1988. It starred Chris Berry as Arnold Rimmer, Craig Charles as Dave Lister, Danny Jones-Jules as Kat, and Norman Levitt as Holly. Dave Lister continues his long voyage home, meeting new friends, experiencing the ultimate in computer gaming, digging up old memories, going to the past to find out that his true love was married to him, facing the iron rule of the ship's backup computer, and even meeting Deb Lister, a woman who is as much of a space bum as he is. So there we go, very interesting. There are 6 episodes in this season. We have Kryten. The boys from the Red Dwarf receive a distress signal from Nova 5, a ship crewed by 3 beautiful women, or so they think. Obviously very, very interesting. Kryten is a very underrated episode in my opinion. It is obviously the first appearance of Kryten, and Kryten becomes one of the main characters going forward, so after season 2. So there we go. We also had the second episode, Better Than Life. Lister, Kat, and Rimmer play a virtual reality game that promises them all they have ever wanted. So there we go. This is also a very good episode. Better Than Life is, I suppose, a video game program where you plug yourself into and it becomes like virtual reality where you can do anything or anything or any, you can be anyone you want to be. Obviously your wildest dreams can become true, right? Obviously Rimmer, he becomes like a general or something because he always wanted to become a general. Dave is like a bum who's golfing with Kat, which is really interesting. But obviously at the end of the episode, Rimmer is, I suppose, he fell down a weird rabbit hole where he became very sad and depressed and had like 12 children and a normal a normal life, I suppose. And he hated it. Oh my days, it was so funny to see. But obviously that's how the game actually, it kind of messes with your brain. And obviously by the end of the episode, all the entire crew was actually left very depressed, and they were very happy that they were out of the game. So there we go.
Yes! That's what's her name? The actress of the 20th century. Mary Magdalene. What's wrong with Mary again? I think she fancies you. What does that prove? She's not blind. Hey, baby, I'm a little busy right now. I'll catch you later, okay? Yo!
Obviously, the third episode is Thanks for the Memory. For the anniversary of Rimmer's death, Lister decides to give Rimmer the memory of one of his most memorable love affairs. Obviously, very interesting. Obviously, like Rimmer is dead. Obviously, he's an hologram, and he wants to relive some moments from his past life. And obviously, Dave helps him out with that. So he plugs one of his memories that he had with one of his exes, I guess, or ex-girlfriends, and he uploads it to Rimmer's mind, I suppose, and that's how Dave and Rimmer become like mad or angry at each other because they have the same memory in their heads, right? But it's actually Dave's memory. So there we go. Very interesting episode. The next one is Stasis Leak. A time leak in the ship's stasis system allows the boys from the Dwarf to travel back in time before the accident. That's also a very good episode. It's like a time travel episode, but you don't really need to take it seriously because Dave ends up with, Christine Kachansky, which is actually his love interest from before he was, frozen, I suppose. And Christine Kachansky is actually the wife of Dave, but Dave doesn't know it yet because, Dave is from the future, which is actually his past. So they travel back to the past, which is Dave's present. It's confusing. Time travel is always confusing, but it was a very interesting episode and gimmick that they tried to do here. So there we go. All right. In the episode, Dave also said that in about 3 years' time, he will find out how he will marry Christine Kaczynski, which is interesting. It's kind of like a fuck up with your brain, but sure, I'll take it. It was a very entertaining episode nonetheless. Alright, the second last episode was Quake. Holly is displaced by Quake 500 as a Red Dwarf computer, and the crew's initial illusion at the change is quickly displaced by terror. Quake is a very, I would say, dictating computer program. But obviously, at the end of the episode, it is actually revealed that Holly is so smart and he actually invented Quake to mess up with the boys. And, you know, to be honest, it was so fucked up of him to do that. But it was so damn smart for him to do that. So yes, Holly has an IQ of like 10,000 PE teachers. So yes, he's kind of smart, I suppose, in his way.
Thanks, Cat.
Pawn to king 4.
Right, to King Bishop 3.
Bishop to knight 5.
Horsey takes King Brawl.
Double check and mate, sucker.
Oh yeah, didn't see that.
Holly, man, what have you done? He's lost.
And the loser gets erased.
Noughts and crosses. I hate long goodbyes. Perhaps next time you got the dosh together to go down the disco, you raise a glass for your old mate Holly and think things weren't too bad when he was around.
Okay, suckers, get this into your stupid thick heads. There's only one thing I want to say to you.
What?
What's happening, dudes? We are talking Jape of the decade. We are talking April, May, June, July, and August fall.
Alright, and the last episode is Parallel Universe, another great episode, one of my favorites, I would say. Holly's Holly Hop drive catapults Red Dwarf into an alternate universe where everything is opposite, including male and female relations. So there you go. Yeah, they talk about like different things, but the funny thing is, everything that the women do in this episode are actually the things that men do in our world, which is kind of weird and kind of sexist, and I do get it, but it's interesting how they actually came up with that idea. And I wanted to see how that would actually evolve, or I want to see how that will evolve later down the line. I'm not quite sure if these characters return once again in the later seasons. I don't think so. No, I don't think so. I think alternate versions of the Red Dwarf members will appear, but not these specific gender-bent versions. But obviously, I think that's one of the internet rules, right? One of the internet rules is everything that exists can be opposite. So gender swapped, right? I think that's rule. Wait, before I actually say another rule. Rule 63 states that for every fictional character there exists a gender swapped version reflecting on popular internet meme and fan practice. So yeah, rule 63, also known as the gender band rule, originated around 2006 on 4chan as part of the satirical rules of the internet. Was formally articulated in 2007. It asserts that every male character there is a female counterpart and vice versa, often created by fans through art, fiction, or cosplay, or by obviously the creators themselves. So there we go. The rules of the internet are very flipped up, man. So there we go. After the extended period of time it took for Series 1 to be completed, the second series followed hot on its heels later that same year. This was the first series to end off in a cliffhanger. Lister's pregnancy with Jim and Baxley as first foreshadowed in future echoes from Season 1. A trend later continued in Series 6, 7 and 8, although it was also not... it was only addressed through a brief text scroll in the opener of the next series after the episode dealing with it in depth was cut from the production. Yeah, there we go. In Kryten, Rimmer states that it's been 3 million years since he has seen a woman, suggesting Series 2 begins 2 years after Lister's revival. However, a couple of episodes later, and thanks for the memory, Rimmer says he's been dead for 3 years, suggesting Series 2 takes place over the course of more than a year. Okay, yeah, fair enough. This was the first season in which the crew went to places outside Red Dwarf. During the previous series, every episode was set on the board ship. That's true. The pixel effect was removed from Holly's face, allowing the audience to see the face of Norman Levitt more clearly. Yeah, although Mel Beebe did not join the show until the next series, some of the sets for this series had items that were not grey edited, allowing them to look more colorful. This was the second series to be remastered. The other two were the first and the third. This was the first season of the show to be repeated rather than the first season itself, as the crew were unhappy with the previous series. Because of his popularity in the first series of Red Dwarf, Greg Charles took on the role of the villain in a series called The Marksman. This is unique among the full seasons of Red Dwarf in that no person, creature, or mechanical life form dies on screen during the course of the season. The only character deaths to occur at all are the crew of the Nova 5, who all die off screen before the events of Kryten take place. So that's really interesting. Alright, Red Dwarf Season 2 was a great season, in my opinion. Very cool stuff. And yeah, I can't wait to see where Season 3 will take us coming up, I suppose. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will check you later. Wait. Before I end of the video, I have to talk about the opening 2 minutes of Parallel Universe. Tongue Tied was featured, and that's one of my favorite REDDWARF songs. Obviously, it's campy, it's funny, but dude, that song hits like a rock. To be honest, like, I listen to this song when I'm just walking about, and you know, this Tongue Tied is one of my favorite songs from REDDWARF, and it's funny because it's so cat coded, right? Cat sings it, and obviously Dave and Rimmer on the background dance a bit, and Dave does a few funny expressions, and yeah, it's just one of those amazing songs that the REDDWARF creators just nailed. So, alright, ladies and gentlemen, that's pretty much it for me today, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will check you later. Goodbye, everyone.
When I saw you for the first time, my knees began to quiver. I tried to say I love you, but it came out like a girl. Whenever you are near me, baby.